was a firefight!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 amazing overacting actors.
You little scumbag! I got your name! I got your ass! You will not laugh! You will not cry! You will learn by the numbers! I will teach you! Now get up! Get on your feet!
For this list, we're looking at the actors who notoriously go over the top that we love. Who's your favorite overacting actor? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, Bruce Campbell. Films as over-the-top as the Evil Dead series deserve an equally over-the-top hero. And Bruce Campbell is the perfect choice for the role of Ash Williams.
Even now we have your darling Linda soul. She suffers in torment.
You're going down.
The actor's expressive face and unwavering commitment to every role, big or small, have made him a cult favorite. Whether playing himself in My Name is Bruce, a mummy fighting Elvis in Bubba Hotep, or any number of small roles in the original Spider-Man series, Campbell gives it his all.
Table for two. Becker.
Parker.
That is what I said. Becker.
He might refer to himself as a B-movie actor, but in terms of great overacting, Campbell is an A-lister.
Bruce, that was sweet.
Don't you think it was just, I don't know, a little over the top?
Number 19, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. One of the best things about Seinfeld was that the cast wasn't afraid to go the extra mile.
You know, our goal should be a society without classes. Do you realize the people up here are getting cookies?
And Julia Louis-Dreyfus earned some of our biggest laughs for how far she was willing to go. As Elaine Venice, Louis-Dreyfus operates at both a physical and vocal maximum, shoving people violently during good times
Get out!
and screaming in rage during bad ones. While Elaine certainly can be normal and level-headed, once something causes a reaction, there's little hope in suppressing it. And if you think Elaine might be in need of some professional help, you're not alone. In an interview, Louis-Dreyfus referred to her character as, quote, nuts. That might be true, but we're still nuts for her and her incredible acting.
You know what? Has anyone ever told you look exactly like Al Pacino? You know, Scent of a Woman? Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah!
Number 18, Adam West. For a certain generation, the name most associated with Batman isn't Christian Bale or Robert Pattinson, but Adam West. While the 60s TV show was far more comedic than other Batman adaptations, it remains a delight thanks to West's unique portrayal of the Caped Crusader and Bruce Wayne.
Strange. Look. The Joker. He's included in the Comedians Hall of Fame after all.
Rather than downplay the show's absurd dialogue and ridiculous scenarios, West's acting style reinforces just how crazy it all is. West's association with the Batman role led to typecasting.
Adam West! Hey kids, Batman!
Dad, that's not the real Batman.
Of course I'm Batman. See, here's a picture of me with Robin.
Who the hell's Robin?
But he remained a pop culture fixture, particularly with his role as unhinged quahog Mayor Adam West on Family Guy.
No! You gave me Canadian bacon instead of bacon? This misdeed cannot go unpunished. Pizza delivery man, prepare to meet your maker at the hands of my cat launcher.
To put it simply, West was the best.
And how come Batman doesn't dance anymore? Remember the bat to see? Yo, hey, yeah.
Nice meeting you. Just keep moving, don't make eye contact.
Number 17, Alan Rickman. There aren't many actors whose mere presence can turn a movie from meh to marvelous quite like Alan Rickman.
Robin Hood steals money from my pocket, forcing me to hurt the public. And they love him for it?
The late English actor demanded our attention both through his resonant voice and also his intense presence. His performance as antagonist the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is a highlight of an otherwise average film.
That's it then. Cancel the kitchen scraps for lepers and orphans. No more merciful beheadings. And call off Christmas.
And we have to partially credit Die Hard's success to Rickman making Hans Gruber as slimy as possible.
Mr. Takagi,
I could talk about industrialization and men's fashions all day, but I'm afraid work must intrude, and my associate here has some questions for you.
A stage actor for years before he hit the big screen in Die Hard, Rickman might have played numerous villains, but he remains an acting hero.
I'm very, very sorry. And welcome to the show.
Apology accepted.
Yeah.
Number 16, Christopher Lloyd. Would the Back to the Future films be the same without Christopher Lloyd as the wonderfully eccentric Dr. Emmett L. Brown? We don't think so. Lloyd might have been in his 40s when the first Back to the Future movie was made, but he perfectly played Doc Brown as a nutty old genius.
Marty! You've got to come back with me!
Where?
Back to the future!
Other notable roles include menacing Judge Doom in Who Framed Roger Rabbit and bug-eyed relative Uncle Fester in The Addams Family.
Your first cigar!
What? Come on, old man. I've smoked since I was 5. Mother insisted.
In all of these roles and more, Lloyd never lets his makeup or costumes distract from his pure zest for his craft. While Lloyd's characters might not be all there, he knows how to bring method to his madness.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Well, we're going, we don't need roads.
Number 15, John Travolta. John Travolta rose to stardom thanks to his incredible charisma, but sometimes that screen presence stops being charming and starts being something else entirely.
If I let you violate my rules, the very principles that we live by, it weakens me and it weakens you.
While Travolta can be subdued, in certain roles, he'll unlock something we've never seen before. Sometimes this works, like his turn as Mother Edna Turnblad in Hairspray, or his interpretation of Nicolas Cage in Face Off.
You good looking. You're hot.
It's like looking in a mirror, only not.
Other times, it doesn't, like when he played Alien Turl in the notorious flop Battlefield Earth.
I graduated top marksman in my class, and I can kill any one of you at over 1,000 paces. Tell them what I've said.
But while Travolta could have just leaned on a handsome face and a nice smile, we admire him for being willing to take on roles that, even if they're not always great, get us talking. Number 14, Winona Ryder. In the 80s and 90s, Winona Ryder embodied a certain kind of cool vibe. But her most recent high-profile role is anything but relaxed.
You can't take shifts when I'm working.
Mom, it's not a big deal. Look, he was at the Wheelers all day. I'm sure he just stayed over.
I can't believe you sometimes.
As Joyce Byers, mother on Stranger Things, Ryder is a basket of nerves who only becomes more frantic the scarier things get. While Joyce might seem a little unbalanced at times, Ryder shows how she's driven by love for her children and will do anything for them. No one should have to experience what Joyce goes through on Stranger Things, but we're grateful to Ryder for capturing these intense emotions so well.
That thing?
The thing that came out of the wall, the thing that chased you.
Yeah.
Come on, please,
No, but
please. You've got to stop this.
It's after him. He's in danger. We have to find him.
Number 13, John Malkovich. Being John Malkovich was the perfect movie premise. Because if there was ever an actor whose head we've ever wanted to get inside of, it's Malkovich.
Malkovich.
The actor has a knack for taking already eccentric characters and giving them an extra dose of personality through his mannerisms, both physical and verbal.
Your plan to ruin her daughter? Are you making any progress? Is there anything I could do to help? I'm entirely at your disposal.
Many of these characters are villainous, such as his Oscar-nominated turn as an assassin in The Line of Fire, or ultimate inmate Cyrus the Virus Grissom.
Oh, Agent Malloy, I'm so sorry about your associate. Nothing is quite as sad as seeing a grown man pissing his pants.
But Malkovich's unmistakable presence means that we can't entirely hate them. While John Malkovich doesn't usually lead his movies, he always steals the show. Number 12, Adam Sandler. We're so used to Adam Sandler's comedic persona that it's easy to forget how jarring it must be to people unfamiliar with it. In early comedies like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, and Big Daddy, Sandler plays characters who might look like grown men, but who, in terms of maturity, act like complete children.
Nice parenting. Hey, thanks. See my therapist? Take a walk.
And even as he's expanded his range, that kind of rage and intensity has remained present. In his critically acclaimed turn as a gambling-addicted jeweler in Uncut Gems, Sandler reworked his comedic energy into something thrilling and disturbing. His characters aren't always likable, but Adam Sandler knows how to give a live-wire performance.
What do you know?
I don't know. I just know.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. That's the dumbest bet I ever heard of.
I disagree. I disagree, Gary.
Number 11, Bette Davis. In order to truly understand movie acting, you need to be well-versed in classic Hollywood. And no actor, past or present, could ever replicate what Davis does.
You haven't got the money. How can you have it? How can he go to Chicago? Did a ghost arrive with the money? I don't believe you.
Getting her start on Broadway, Davis specialized in playing characters who were unsympathetic on paper and even worse in practice.
You bored me stiff. I hated you. It made me sick when I had to let you kiss me.
But it was her commitment to playing roles like waitress Mildred in Of Human Bondage and jealous sister Jane in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane that made these films so memorable. Davis's performances are as broad as her characters.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair. And tell me, what are these awful things I'm supposed to be doing to you?
And she's able to reach levels of intensity other actors only poke at. There will never be another Bette Davis, which is why we continue to cherish her work. And of course, we can't forget her iconic eyes. Number 10, Robin Williams. Robin Williams could put more energy into one scene than most actors could put into a whole movie.
Hey, we're back. That last 2 seconds of silence was Marcel Marceau's newest hit single, Walkin' in the Wind. And now, here are the headlines. Here they come at you right now. Pope actually found to be Jewish, Liberace is Anastasia, and Ethel Merman jams Russian radar.
While the late actor turned in multiple accomplished and subdued dramatic performances, his most memorable roles tended to be his most energetic ones. In films like Good Morning Vietnam and Mrs. Doubtfire, Williams was a fountain of improvisation and incredible voices.
You remind me of someone.
Really? Who?
I feel like I've known you for years.
Maybe we knew each other in another life.
And speaking of which, Robbins also created one of the greatest characters of all time using only his voice when he played the genie in Aladdin.
Well, I feel sheepish. All right, you bad boy, but no more freebies.
There was no phoning it in when it came to Robin Williams, and we'll never stop missing him. Number 9, Samuel L. Jackson. We're not sure what's more impressive, the size of Samuel L. Jackson's acting resume or the amount of energy he brings to his performances.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers.
Our favorite Jackson roles tend to be his most intense ones, where he uses words we're not permitted to use on this channel. In films like Pulp Fiction and A Time to Kill, Jackson goes above and beyond to demonstrate unfiltered rage.
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
And while his characters aren't always monologuing or swearing, there's always the possibility that they're gonna reach their breaking point. And when they do, we feel like he's yelling right at us. Is it any wonder he played a character named Nick Fury?
You forced our hand. We had to come up with
a nuclear deterrent, because that always calms everything right down.
Remind me again how you made your fortune, Stark.
Number 8, Jack Nicholson. With his devilish grin and unpredictable eyes, Jack Nicholson is unlike any movie star.
Little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair on your chinny chin chin.
And the power of his performances matches the power of his expressions. Whether playing a psychiatric patient in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, a murderous father in The Shining, or the Joker in Batman, Nicholson is fascinating to watch, and occasionally a little scary.
And now comes the part
where I relieve you, the little people, of the burden of your failed and useless lives.
Even later roles, like mob boss Frank Costello in The Departed, contain Nicholson's relentless intensity.
You're not cracking up, are you? I don't crack up.
Pick a place like this.
Any cop could see you, Jesus.
Nicholson hasn't appeared on the big screen in more than a decade, but his charisma and acting trademarks continue to wow us. Number 7, Tim Curry. Some people were born to play eccentrics. Case in point, Tim Curry. The English actor first came to prominence playing the stylish Dr. Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
So, come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation.
Since that cult classic, Curry's resume has been filled with theatrical performances, including the Lord of Darkness in Legend, Rooster in Annie, and Pennywise the Clown in It.
Hi, Georgie. Aren't you going to say hello? Oh, come on, bucko.
Curry's sonorous voice is so recognizable that we can tell it's him even under mounds of makeup.
Lady, do not be afraid.
While health issues have shifted Curry's career focus to voice acting, he's always someone who can bring excitement and gravitas through his words alone.
But we'll be careful, won't we, Dad?
Oh, but of course, exceptionally careful. You have my promise, Poppet.
Number 6, Helena Bonham Carter. For a time, if there was a new Tim Burton movie coming up, there was also bound to be a memorable performance from Helena Bonham Carter.
Where is Alice?
Oh, that wee little boy. I wouldn't know.
What if I take off your head? Will you know then?
The English actress was both Burton's partner as well as a muse, giving films like Big Fish, Sweeney Todd, and Alice in Wonderland an additional helping of quirkiness. Beyond her collaborations with Burton, Bonham Carter has brought to life memorable characters like Death Eater Bellatrix Lestrange in the Harry Potter films and the fairy godmother in Disney's Cinderella remake.
Just a moment. Is this the best you have?
Though her professional partnership with Burton seems to have ended due to their relationship ending, we can still depend on Helena Bonham Carter to create characters as iconic as their costumes. Number 5, Gary Oldman. Some actors play essentially the same character in every movie. That does not describe Gary Oldman. When it comes to Oldman, there's only one thing you can count on: complete unpredictability.
What do you mean, empty? Empty. The opposite of full. This case is supposed to be full!
Oldman also tends to go big. Roles like corrupt DEA agent Stansfield in Leon the Professional and Winston Churchill in Darkest Hour each display different sides of his theatricality.
Help me stage this thing, Bertie. Huh? We must at least try to bring some of our boys home.
A versatile actor who can play everyone from Sid Vicious to Commissioner Gordon, Gary Oldman knows when to go big and how to do it.
Looky here, Charlie. None of this is necessary. I don't got no hold over Alabama. I'm just trying to lend a girl a helping hand.
When he finally won an Oscar for Darkest Hour, it felt long overdue. Number 4, Willem Dafoe. In another timeline, Willem Dafoe would be a great silent movie actor. He was nominated for an Oscar for playing Nosferatu star Max Schreck, and his expressive face has been put to great use by many directors.
She's here, isn't she? The glorious child.
No.
I want to see her now.
No.
In films like Spider-Man and The Lighthouse, Dafoe steals scenes with only a few glances. And when things hit the fan, they do so in spectacular fashion.
Let Neptune strike ye dead, Winslow!
And we of course have to mention his unhinged performance as an FBI agent in The Boondock Saints. When it comes to energetic actors, we're something of Willem Dafoe fans ourselves.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Number 3, Al Pacino. He might be fairly calm in films like The Godfather series and Serpico, but many of Al Pacino's most memorable roles have been ones where he starts a little hot and only gets more heated from there.
She got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it.
Performances like Kingpin Tony Montana in Scarface and salesman Richard Roma in Glengarry Glen Ross are teeming with a kind of intensity few other actors are capable of.
Aren't you going out today? With what, John? With what? Well, answer me. They stole the Glengarry leads.
Of course, sometimes Pacino goes so big, no screen can contain him. But we have to commend any actor who can play a Dick Tracy villain, Satan, and himself as Adam Sandler's love interest, and bring the same amount of dedication to all three.
Where is she?
Al, I don't know where...
Where you hiding her?
She's coming back. She just is not here right.
Hey, Joe!
Number 2, Jim Carrey. If there's an opposite of deadpan humor, Jim Carrey has perfected it.
Simmons is old! He should have been out of the game years ago, but he can't stay home because he hates his wife!
The comedy superstar is one of the biggest box office draws of all time thanks to his unforgettable on-screen persona. Classic Carrey comedies like Dumb and Dumber and The Mask rely on his willingness to play the broadest characters possible and then go even bigger.
Hello, chérie. Où est ta game? Is it fate? Is it meant to be? Is it written in the stars that we are destined to fraternize? I'd like to think so!
Within the first few minutes of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, we know two things. We had never seen anyone quite like Carrey before, and we would want to see everything he did.
HDS, sir, and how are you this afternoon? Alrighty then. I have a package for you.
Although Carrey has shown his dramatic chops in other films, we will always think first of his rubber-faced energy. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage has made many great movies. He's also made many bad ones, but what they have in common is their star's devotion to his craft.
Hello, Dr. Glazer. This is Peter Lowe. Peter Lowe.
Yes, Peter, how are you?
I wonder if I could make my next appointment with you sooner.
Watching Nicolas Cage act is like watching Jimi Hendrix play guitar. He does it with so much passion, it's like he's inventing his own kind of art form. Referring to his style as nouveau shamanic, Cage tends to say no to subtlety and yes to full-on madness.
This old woman's gonna run out of air, and you're gonna have a tough time convincing people that it wasn't you who did it to her.
This has led to some beautifully intense performances in films like Face Off and Mandy. Even if you go into a Cage movie thinking you know what you're in for, he'll still manage to surprise you. And for that, he is our favorite overactor.
I'm gonna steal it.
What?
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.